Miss... Ay, hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Mr. Norpal, no sleeping in class. I'm wearing the wrong headphones, that's why I can't hear. This room turned into an igloo. Simmer down. Hold on. Okay. Ay! Today is one of those days that started. First, I forgot to put sugar in my coffee. And then I spilled breakfast all over my pants. So I have a feeling it's going to be one of those days. Bear with me. And where's my office hours scene? There's my scene. All right. No. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. Now I am going to transition. Good morning, class. How are you guys doing? I forgot to turn on the... Hold on, let me go turn on the lights in front. Hold on. Hopefully, is that better? Hopefully that's better. You can see me a little bit brighter. How are you guys doing this morning? Thank you for showing up for office hours. Let me place you here. No. Good morning to Miss Champa, Mr. Pig, Mr. Nemo, and Mr. Tommy. So it's a food street. What? Because I spilled my breakfast. My pashim is Mr. Pig. Stop it! I meant I am still wearing pants. I just brushed off the food. I'm not going out, so it's okay if they have food. It's pretty dark outside, so it's either night or very early morning. In here or where you're at? No, the blinds are closed. Your morning ended 8 hours ago. Well, you are an international pupil, so morning is whenever Miss Malukah says it is. Yeah. So, I wanted to show you what you are looking at right now is a little something called Digital Performer. Now, in here, you guys are... I wonder if I could open Logic at the same time. It's not that important. But I wanted to show you my favorite thing about arranging strings in Digital Performer is this window, which is the MIDI window. And if you can see... international class. If you can see the colors, every track, for example, violin number 1, that you can hopefully... The text in this software is a little tiny. That's one of the drawbacks that people complain about. But if you can see here where my mouse is, violin 1 and it's blue. And then violin 2 is green. Viola is orange. And so you can see the viola here. And if I click on a note, you can't hear anything. Malukah recording professional with a degree and shit. Why is it not working? It was working a minute ago. Oh, wait. It really isn't working anymore. Ah, no, there it is. There it is. Okay. Sorry. I don't know why these don't sound. What the crap? So that's the cello, which is a purple one here. It's a plugin called Emotional Cello. What's the difference between this and Logic? I will tell you in 1 second. Let me just figure out why I don't have... Now everything doesn't sound. What the crappity crap? Let me think for a second. There must be some solo kind of function. What is this? Audible mode? No, it's not solo. What the crap happened to my music? I was just listening to this and it worked out fine. There it is. I don't know why it's all wonky. Okay, so basically, this and Logic do the same thing. They are digital audio workstations, and so they both can record audio, and they both can record MIDI, which are these little notes. And these little notes, what MIDI is basically an instruction. Instead of having to play notes that are waveforms that take up memory, it's just an instruction that tells the synthesizer, the string sounds that I have here, tells it to play, okay, play the note C for 3 seconds. And you just have that tiny instruction. And all of these, every single note is you have an instruction when you press and when you release, and how hard you press, and all sorts of things that make it make MIDI very easy to also export between sessions and stuff, because you're not exporting audio, you're just exporting instructions. It's kind of like the equivalent of like a CSV file or like, what's it called? Like when you get a list of things that you import into a spreadsheet and everything imports nicely. It's kind of like that. Hey, Dalandor, welcome. Welcome. Hey, Brianella, how are you doing? So yes, we have all these instructions, and the cool thing about the biggest MIDI difference between Digital Performer and Logic is that basically the instructions that you want to be able to modify easily, the most important one for me is called velocity. And velocity is how hard you hit a note on the piano, because the way samplers work, you know, let me open up, for example, my emotional cello. This is the sampler, and the way this works, I don't know if you can see it with Thor. I have so many screens for Thor and for me, but hopefully you can see it. And so in the sampler, for example, if I play a note, I'm going to play a note very softly. Hold on. This is not going to be a good example for this demonstration. And why is my piano sounding? Crap. Okay. I need to go to the other. Okay, because I forget. Okay. Sorry, I'm like an idiot. This is more complicated than that, because the actual volume, the velocity is controlled with modulation, and that's the way it's set up. But never mind. So that is an important settings. How hard the instruments should sound. Like imagine the pressure on the bow, or how soft. And so the way that Logic displays that, I don't know if you're going to remember, but usually these notes, Logic does not separate each MIDI track with an individual color. What Logic does is displays a rainbow for all tracks. And so in one track, for example, if we were looking only at the cello in Logic, I'm going to remove all of these so that we're only looking at the cello. If we're looking at the cello, in Logic, this wouldn't be purple, it would be a rainbow. And depending on how, like the warmer the color, the harder the velocity, the harder the hit on the keyboard. And the bluer, like greener and bluer towards that end of the spectrum, the softer it plays. And the problem with that, like it looks really cool and it's very easy to see when you have notes that are too loud, like notes that spike up or go down. But it gets super confusing when you're arranging different tracks, because then you open and display several tracks at once, and it's all just like somebody threw up a rainbow and you don't know which is which, because the notes are all depending on velocity and not per track. So I hope that makes sense. And so that's why I love Digital Performer, because I have the cello here, I have the contrabass here, and I have the viola. I know the cello I didn't use it. There's a viola, and the violins come into play later on. How much have I missed? Not much, Andy Bobandi. I have to tell you guys the story of this. Andy Bobandi sent me some, where are my glasses? Sent me some pixel glasses that I'm going to put on top of my regular glasses. And he sent me this, and he sent me the Jennifer necklace from Witcher. And so, but the friends of the family that brought over the PO box in Laredo, they brought over all the stuff. And so they didn't actually say like, they didn't make it clear. Like, this was all one package. They just opened everything up because they had to when they crossed the border. And so we all knew that those glasses and the pendant was for me. But then we were like, who the crap ordered an easy liner? And these are great. I have these on my kitchen drawers. And I was like, I did not order this. And my dad's like, well, neither did we, neither did your sister. And he called back the family friends. They're like, no, they think that was supposed to go to Malukah, well, to Judith. And so finally, Andy asked me, and it turns out that he sent it for my petals so they don't slip. That was so fun. I swear, and it was a big mystery in my family for quite some time. I haven't tried it yet, Andy, but I will. Okay, so the other really cool thing about Digital Performer that Logic doesn't do is that you can scroll, you can scrub, and you can hear the MIDI. So this is, I'll let you hear a little bit of the arrangement. I just double click and grab the time thingy, and I'm going to move it as fast or as low as I want. And so that is a super helpful thing to be able to just go back and quickly check a chord to see if the voicing is correct. So I'm going to let you hear a little bit of this. I can't decide if I should let you hear everything with the mix, because this is not the final mix that I have in this session. I just have one of the pre-finished ones. Let's hear just the strings for now. That's right, Tommy. The cello's a little bit loud in this half. Sorry. And then you get to hear my favorite part of the arrangement. That is what makes it, like, the whole thing worth it. This. Isn't that nice? It's just a little snippet, but I love it very much. I think I'm gonna let you guys hear. Just imagine the final version. It's going to play you until there, okay? But from the beginning. So I have, what I did is I exported a mix of the audio. This is the audio right here. Because I'm doing the recording in Logic for like the vocals and everything. And so I just exported a mix of that into this Digital Performer session. So to finish like the strings here and then assemble everything back in Logic. Okay. Okay. Let's see how it goes. Hey, it's delicious. I'm so tired of being here, suppressed by all my childish fears. And if you have to leave, I wish that you would just leave, 'cause your presence still lingers here, and it won't leave me alone. These wounds won't seem to heal. This pain is just too real. There's just too much that time cannot erase. When you cried, I'd wipe away all of your tears. When you scream, I'd fight away all of your fears. I held your hand through all of these years, but you still have all of me. You used to captivate me. No, no more spoiling. No more spoiling. That's the sneak peek for today. I am a fool. Thank you, Panda. Hello. And I'm glad that you like them. Sounds like something an epic diva would create. And it is a bit, not a bit, it's quite different than the mood in her version, but I think that's part of the point. Because I think I struggled with the arrangement for a while because I was really just copying her, and I can't copy her. Thank you, Sardai. Nemo, thank you, and Tommy, I'm glad that you guys like it. Makes me feel relieved, because this has been an interesting experience. Laser Break 66, thank you. You're not Emily. I am definitely not. I am Malufus. Epic Diva. Hashtag. I Thor. He's like snoring so much. So yes, so that's the arrangement, and then what I have in the. No, I think I'll wait. Like I won't show you the. I think once you hear the entire song, then I can go back and show you explain the rest of the string arrangement. So okay. Hey Greg, how are you? Oh, Greg missed Greg missed the preview. Can we listen to the preview again? Because I think Greg missed it. Would that be okay? I am still not used to the delay in chat here on YouTube. You went to the vet. Is your cat okay? Did the shower do harm? Okay, let's listen again. I'm glad, Flame Pig. Thank you. Yeah, he could watch it again. The Russians in the chat. Oh, great. I'm so tired of being here, suppressed by all my childish fears. And if you have to leave, I wish that you would just leave, 'cause your presence still lingers here, and it won't leave me alone. These wounds won't seem to heal. This pain is just too real. There's just too much that time cannot erase. When you cried, I'd wipe away all of your tears. When you scream, I'd fight away all of your fears.
voice it haunts my once pleasant dreams. Your voice it chased away all the sanity in me.
There we go. I'm glad, Talendor. No one tells her. I know. I can't wait to share this. I can't wait. But I'm going to have to wait. Yes, Andy, I'm still shooting the video today. It's so funny because I went over, we filmed it at my mom's house. And so I found like this, I have like a dress that I wore for it. And after filming, I was like, I'm gonna, like, it changed back into my regular clothes, threw the dress in the car, and the dress was still like crumpled in the car. And so this morning I was like, crap, I'm filming tonight. My dress, what happened to it? And so I took it out of the car, and thankfully it's one of those materials that doesn't wrinkle. So I'm going to, wear the dress is like unwashed, or I'm gonna wear it again. Oops. Watch out for that headbutt. I don't know how I'm going to avoid headbutt. It's difficult. Pastaman Marco, welcome. I'm glad that you were able to make it. It's okay if you're a little late. It's difficult because I think I do have a lot of forehead butt when I sing in general. I mean, can you guys remember from the streams? I think it's a normal thing in me, right? Like I'm all, well, like not constantly though. The thing is, I feel a smile is not quite appropriate. We have to preview it again. No, Talendor. I thought about Botox. No, I'm kidding. It's so funny. I remembered, I saw a friend over Christmas. She's from Mexico, but she lives in Canada with her husband. And she said, you know, what, I'm going to get Botox. And we're like, oh, what, why? And she's like, the thing is, my daughter is like, Mom, why do you have a volcano here? And she apparently decided to get Botox for that. I don't have a problem with the line here. I think it's, like I said in the check-in video, it's a part of being expressive, and I think that I am duct tape. I think that I tend to be very expressive when I speak. I think, like, whether it's with my hands or with like faces and stuff, I can't help that. I've always been that way. So I don't mind that, but in this case, it really did bug me. Would you guys like to see a bit of the video to see if I'm crazy or if it really is, like, if you can see what I mean? I think I could show you. Hold on. Let me put Thor. Thor, the chocolate lab. Hold on. There we go. So, you didn't buy a pair of Malukah shoes. I can't believe they had shoes with my logo. Okay, let me search for the file. It's somewhere in my computer. Okay, I know where it is. Masters. So I can actually, I'm trying to think. I don't know if I should show you one or two. Okay. Please do not judge, because this is not the finished process. You get a sneak peek because you are from Patreon. So, and this is even a demo a bit before. I'm going to lower the volume a little because it's an older demo, so it's even like more rough. All right. So.
So tired of being here.
And then we did this take that I think it's okay, but it's very similar to Sinking Ships. And I'm not sure about it because of that.
And if you have to leave,
I also don't know, and it would be helpful to have your feedback. I'm not sure how I feel about those overlays. to have the hands and the face.
Leave me alone. These wounds won't seem to heal. This pain is just too real. There's just too much that time cannot erase.
There's the forehead butt.
You cried, I'd wipe away all of your tears. When you scream, I'd find away all of your fears.
I think I would prefer that too, Greg. I think it's like distracting.
All of these years, but you still have
And there's like permanent forehead butt. And you know what I was thinking?
all of me.
I hadn't thought of this before, but I am also not wearing my glasses and I'm not wearing contact lenses. Part of me wonders if it's also that, because maybe I'm like straining. I wouldn't even notice the forehead butt if you didn't say anything.
By your resonating light.
Thor gets bigger.
Now I'm bound by the life you left behind. Your face, it haunts my once
Talander says, yes, I like the overlays as a transition, but it bothers me. Okay, perfect. Thank you for the feedback, because there's something cool about it, but I agree that it's the cool part is the transition itself.
This pain is just too real. There's just too much that time cannot erase.
The forehead butt is not so bad here.
Cried, I'd wipe away all of your tears. When you scream, I'd
Pastaman Marcos agrees.
away all of
It's like you don't know where to look with the reflection. I am also thinking, Sardai, drive home safe. I'm also thinking that, see, I like this take better. I like this. This is my favorite take from the ones that we did.
all of me. I've tried so hard to tell myself that
Your reflection plus hands is too much. Yeah.
but though you're still with
And forehead butt doesn't bother me when it's from this angle.
I've been alone, all alone.
Looks like you're frowning constantly. Exactly, Norpal. And watching the video, it didn't leave me feeling good. It's just like, I tend to imitate what I'm looking at, and so I would end up like finishing the video looking like this myself.
I'd wipe away all of your tears. When you scream, I'd fight away all of your fears. I held your
And yep, Andy, a smoother transition, like faster.
these years, but you still have
Which the one that is, where was that? This one, Greg, you talking about?
cried, I'd wipe away all of your tears. When you scream, I'd fight away all of your
Okay.
fears. I held your hand through all of these years, but you still have all of me.
Some non-transition overlays. I agree. Maybe like in very strategic places. Yeah, exactly, Talandor. Once or twice throughout. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching this with me and for the feedback, because it really helps me get a feel more secure in what I hope we can go for today. You look like you're trying as hard as you can to not look at the camera. That is true. I was. Important question. How much time did your mom spend polishing this piano lid? I'm not sure. She did clean it. So I was thinking of the possibility of, first of all, to film with the piano closed, because I feel that will give Christy a whole different kind of range, because before it was either front, because then there's that stick that holds the lid. I don't know if it's a piano lid, piano top. And so she had the option to stay there or a little to the side. I like the side shot, but maybe if the piano is closed, then she has more space. Because ultimately, what I would like, being able to see the hammers was a nice touch. I think so too. But I think we could leave them for that first shot and maybe a shot somewhere in the instrumental part in the middle. I think it's still possible to do that. And since we have the hammer shots already, we can go and reference those. We have all the hammer shots, all the hand shots. We just need to get a better front shot or like a few more. With the piano closed, you can seductively lay on top. I was thinking that, Greg. And what about wearing a red sparkly dress? Isn't that how women on pianos always dress? I love being able to see the piano working. Well, we can keep a little bit of that. And I think even in the side... No, hold on. In here, for example, that's also kind of cool. That you can see the hammers. And I realized that face butt from a side angle doesn't bother me that much because it's not like the center of attention. And I just have to, I have to find a way to stay more relaxed. It's like super uncomfortable. Like it's comfortable. Christy's so nice. It's as comfortable as it can be, but it's still like so unnatural to me. But I want to try again. And I'm hoping to be able to stay more relaxed and maybe not like outwardly smile like me, but maybe keep a more like a brighter kind of expression because the whole brow furrow did not work. This shot is much brighter and lighter, most importantly, different than previous vid. That's true. Right now the butt could also be hidden with front lighting. That's true. That's a good point. I bet you can get away looking into the camera for the... Omi was suggesting that. He said, like, why don't you guys try to get a shot like from the front and try one not looking at the camera and try one looking, because who knows, it may work. It didn't work for Sinking Ships, but this song is not Sinking Ships. It was, hold on, I think I can show you. Let me see if hold on, give me a second. Because I can show you what Sinking Ships would have looked like if I had looked into that camera. I think it's this one. You're looking at all my secrets, you guys. No gossiping and telling, okay? No, I wasn't looking at the camera, but it was just... Okay. But it was just like a farther... away take that for me didn't fit at all, but check it out. Hold on. Thorpe, thank you for censoring. Oh, my underwear.
To know her is to see that nothing is as it seems. She'll show her true face when you're stripped of all belief. Sweet tyrant, laying out the course with what you need to send you through the veils of eternity.
So we ended up taking that camera angle totally from the video and just kept it really close and really what I feel like intimate and like moody. I don't know what you guys thought about that. Am I right in how I feel? That this was just not nice. And this is what I am worried about for today, because now I have to think, it's like, seriously, where do I look? Where do I look? Because it looks... In this video, I was looking like eye level. That's a little awkward. You made a good decision. Thank you, Renella. It's more consistent, cohesive without the far shot. I think so too. I'm glad you guys agree. So yeah, so in this video, I was looking like that. So after seeing this footage, that is why when I was recording my Immortal, I was like trying to look a little bit lower, I guess, or like less, because it still looks like I know I'm being filmed. And that makes me cringe. And I don't like that. All the problems of video, of all the things that I ended up having to do as part of what I do as my job, I really never thought I would be working on something. It like, to be working on videos like it just makes me absolutely cringe. If you were to glance into the camera during some dramatic part of the song, it would make our heart melt. Very possibly. But in this shot, you stare into space and time. But if you look at your audience, well, we're gonna have to try and see. And hopefully with what we get today, we'll end up with something that I'm a little bit more comfortable. And like I said in the check-in video, this video will be shared with you no matter what, whether YouTube or not. And the audio I am releasing as well publicly, but whether I share the video on YouTube or not depends on the cringe factor. Look at me, but okay, Greg, I'll print a picture of you. It's a weird thing with this song, because with my Immortal, because it is so, well, the only word I can think of is chesty, because it's like it's high, so I have to sing like really push it. With Sinking Ships, everything is like no, and this one is louder. So to me that the really close takes did not work at all, because it's like, if you're singing loud, then you kind of need more space, I think. How about putting sheet music on the holder? Yeah, so you have an excuse to look at something. That could work. The other thing I was thinking about is microphone. Because that at least, I think that makes me less nervous than just singing into space. So that is definitely something I am considering. It's a bit of torture, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it. Have Disturbylicious be the paper flip? Of course, Disturbylicious. If you could flip the papers during the video, everything would be fine. Can you fly to Mexico by 6 p.m. tonight? We're gonna try. I like this shot of having the daylight, but I think we're gonna go for we have to go for an evening shot, because that's the schedule that we can work in. I'm not sure how this will look when it's all dark. We'll make it work. As long as my face butt is controlled, everything will be okay. I have to put a little bit, maybe if I put like magic tape, like transparent tape. Okay, I need to remember to not look angry. That's all I want. That's all I want in this life. Okay. So, let me move over. Hold on one second. Ah, crap, I need Thor again. From the technical side, I would love to see how you do the MIDI control for each of these strings, like expression, sustain, to make them sound more natural, and bowing, less MIDI. I hope you won't put a mask on. Well, I have a dog meat mask. That would be the best way, I think, to cover the face butt. And it's not rainy outside. I know. Who knows? Maybe we'll end up using the side take. We'll see how everything goes. So for the totally. For the MIDI controllers, I'm trying to think of the best way to demonstrate. Everything always depends on the instrument, because some instruments have different parameters and different controllers that you can use to control the intensity, the vibrato, and so it really depends on what library you're working with. I find that the easiest thing to play with is the mod wheel on the keyboard, and that's usually the little. Let me see if I can show you. Can I show the keyboard here? There we go. The mod wheel is not the pitch wheel, it's the other. Hold on. There we go. Do you see this moving? It's the wheel. It's not the pitch one that only like moves and automatically returns to center. It's the one that you can increase like this. And so basically what you want to do, what this particular synth does, listen to the sound. Soft. Stronger. You cannot see anything. I am such an idiot. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Sorry. Okay, so it's this one. No, you still... yeah, you should be able to see him now. It's this one, not this one. This is the one that's like pitch. This one does this. We don't want that. We want this one, which is the mod wheel. And so, okay. So if you start here... that sounds a lot more natural, I think, than just leaving this without moving and just like... But you can... And so that's basically what you have to practice. Sorry, was a bad note. Hey, Senkisa. And I think that's one of the things that helps the most. The other very common thing is an expression pedal that I have here, that the expression changes the actual volume. Not just the texture of the sound. You can't see that here. I don't think it's displayed in this particular... I'll show you in another one. And so if you use both of them together, that I think the combination of both, I'm not great at it, but you can start seeing how you can create more, like more of a performance. Does that make sense? Can you slide your cam boxes to the top corners? What are my... oh, okay, sure. Let me just figure out how to do that. It's going to be more complicated than that. Hold on. Sorry, I'm moving. That was a big fail, Malukah. Malukah! Okay. Can I select these two and move them together? No, I can't. Okay. One second. One moment, please. I'm completely ruined life. No, I am super ruining everything. Crap. Okay. God dang it. What am I doing wrong? Okay. I got this done right. And then this here. So it's going to look a little bit wonky. maybe put both of us here. Like that. Does that help? Are we in a better position now? For now, I was trying to work only on the expression and attack, which was okay-ish, but not exactly what I want. It depends on how... Yeah, it's a matter of attack. It's a matter of when the vibrato kicks in, if you can control when the vibrato kicks in. Because what I wanted to show you is this other one, this other library that I'm using. I've shown you this guy before. So you can see here, in, for example, in the violins, if I arm this track. So you can control dynamics. This is the strength of the bowing. In this library, it is also very much linked to expression. And I have them linked so that I control both dynamics and vibrato at the same time. Because the way I envision the strings in this particular song, if they get louder, they get more vibrato, more intense. So yeah, and you can program these things to, I can make it so that the actual expression is controlled with that, and I can remove MIDI, which one was it? So now I have dynamics. Takes practice, but yeah. This is the emotional cello library. That's no. This is the Sacconi, I think, string quartet from a company called Spitfire. The cello that I'm using is the emotional cello, and I'm using those two separate. I'm not using the cello from this library because the sound was too smooth. I wanted something more like too blendy. I wanted something more dramatic, and the emotional cello is the correct thing for the job. Okay, so now let me put Thor back up. Thor is not centered. Hold on. Where's my Thorpy? Where's my Thorpy? There's my boy. Okay, so I'm saving and I am quitting. I am quitting. So I'm just going to open up something so I can show you before we move on. Thor's Nor. Hey, the Alb, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. I think I can. This is my Immortal version 3 _ version 8. So you weren't wrong, Tommy, about the versions. I'm glad you're okay, the Alb. I hope you remain okay. Or better than okay. Okay, so it's loading all the audio files. Because in this session is where I have all the audio files. So here, do I still have? Yes, I still have them. Okay. So what I want to show you is I'm going to unmute this. I'm actually going to solo this. And I need to select all these and unmute. Did I mute them? Crap. Ah, there we go. Okay, so this is the MIDI in Logic. And it's all the same color. You can change the color of how the tracks display here. I can't remember when, where. Show colors. So you can, if you want, you can do something that in theory looks similar to Digital Performer, but the reality is when you open up the MIDI, the way you display MIDI in Logic is you double click on this little, on a track, and it displays it. And if you can see, even though, even though the track on the sequence window is red, in here it looks rainbow-ish, because that's how if you can read there the position and you have the oh crap, I thought it said the velocity. To change the velocity in Logic, what you do is you choose the velocity tool, and so when you click on this you see velocity 103, and I just made it louder, and then I'm going to make it but this is, never mind, don't listen to me. That's how you make a note louder in software, but it's complicated because it's also controlled by the other controllers. But so then you say, oh, now I want to look at all of my strings together. And so you display them all and look what happens. It's it's like a Lucky Charm cereal. It's all like bunched up together, maybe like Fruit Loops. It's all together. It's like which note is which. And you can try to say, well, the top note is the first violin, the bottom is the cello, but sometimes those things overlap or cross each other. DNA strand, exactly, Panda. It's like, what? And so that's why it was a bit of a headache, because I did the strings for sinking ships here in Logic, and it was a bit of a headache because of that. And the whole time I kept thinking, I should have done this in DP. I should have done this in DP. DP is Digital Performer. It's Tetris. It kind of looks like Tetris, actually. And then what happens is that once you start like playing and recording, this window disappears and changes into the one you're recording and forget looking at everything, and that doesn't happen in DP, so it's much more straightforward. Okay, so that was my Logic class today. Let me transition into... I need to close the project. Goodbye forever. I think it would take longer to learn how to use the electronic version than it would to learn the instrument. Well, you know what? It's like two different instruments. I think, yeah, it definitely does get complicated, and I think I haven't even scratched the surface of MIDI. Like, there's so much that I don't know. It's this whole thing, this whole monster. And I always just learn the basics. So... My Immortal 3. Oh my goodness, so many sessions. So many sessions. Okay. Okay. I was gonna open... What was I gonna do? I can't do that today. Just this. I'm looking at the Christmas songs that I have still to do. Wondering if we could record one right now. What time is it? It's almost 12. Got a half hour. Dear My Immortal 3, The Return. I wonder if there's a Git version control. What is a Git version control? Oh, like the programming thing. The GitHub. Have versioning repositories. What the crap is a versioning repository? All right. Every time you hear Spitfire, you think that I am getting into... Is Spitfire something that has to do with planes? Damn it. Hold on, give me a second. The highest tier of Cubase can handle servers that store all versions. Oh. There are many variables. That's right. No. Undo. Malufus. Where is it? Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get the right file. Dun, 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 dun. So this is my rough vocal. Let's. Oh crap! The tracks are groups on group, so I can select. It's an interesting thing. What I did here is, since I think I overcomplicated things like I usually do, but one of the things that I really like about playing live is that the tempo of the song is what you need it to be in order to be able to sing it. Which is why I always struggle with click, like setting a tempo, a metronome. And Logic has this cool feature where you can record something. Ignore this track in the middle. I added that later. You can record something. I recorded this performance of guitar and vocals. And then there's a beat mapping section that you can select. And then you can say beats from the regions, like to take... I took the guitar, for example, that has all the hits from when I'm playing the guitar. And it maps out the tempo. And so you can see this. I did not have a metronome. And in general, I stayed kind of on like it rises a little towards the end of the song, which I think it's a good thing. And so what I've been doing is then I go back and I record to this new tempo in order to still keep the natural way I would play it live, but to be able to edit it. Don't do anything interesting for the next minute. So those 10 bars are 125 and other 20 bars are 115. Well, it's like more detailed than that. Like if you check it out, how can I show you? See, here's the tempo, 60 beats per second. So it's like, I don't know how to show you. Like it changes from like beat to beat. You see how it should be straight. If I were a machine, I would be straight. So, and the way I did it in order for it to be exactly the way that I played it is I listened to my recording and recorded like toot, 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 toot. I'll show you. Recorded this click.
Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten.
And if you remove the metronome,
to hear sleigh bells in the snow.
Sounds very natural, no? And so having that metronome, I later selected this metronome and said, hey, beat map the beat to this metronome. That is my own natural tempo. You're 6 minutes behind, pig. You need this in real life. What do you need? Somebody to map your tempo. So I'm thinking that we can record the vocal truly. So, because this vocal has guitar, if you listen to it on its own.
Christmas, with every Christmas card I write.
Okay, so we're going to save as to save our asses in case we mess up. Version 2. And then we're going to record vocals. Okay. And we mute this. We have no metronome. And then crap. I just need to, stop it. I need to put a marker here. I forgot how to put the marker. There we go. So that I know where, more or less where it starts. Okay. So we record this. And in order to I need to wait for us to wait a minute because my microphone needs to warm up. Where are you, Avalon? There we go. There we go. And then you are going to be input 2. Once it's ready, it'll sound. Erica, how are you doing? The microphone takes like a minute and a half. You just woke up from a nap. That's good. That's good. Oh, there we go. Hello, baby. How you doing, sexy? Okay, so I'm going to leave this mic. I need to change headphones. Gonna mute this mic. Hello. Gonna turn off the air conditioning because this place feels like an igloo. Put on my recording headphones. Bring my sexy microphone over. Hello. Hello. How are you doing? Good. Okay. Are we ready to record? Shall we do this? Well, let's warm up a little bit. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Christmas or Christmas? I freaking hate English when it does things like this to me. Christmas, right? Christmas. You don't say Christmas. You have to go now, Pasta Marcos. Take care. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, Oliver. It is me you're looking for. Thanks for being here, Oliver. Have a good day, Pasta Man. Don't pronounce the T. Thank you. Thank you, Panda. Okay. I will ignore the T. That was a horrible beginning. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Then we have a solo here. You can hear my vocals from the guitar deck. Can you hear them? I'm dreaming of a white
Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
And now, what I want to do before moving forward, who's drinking red wine at 11 in the morning? You do office hours when you do mixing, EQ, and cleanup from working to final version. Would you do office hours when you do mixing, EQ, and cleanup? We could do that. Yeah, for sure. Does your voice get recorded on the guitar pickup? Actually, that is a problem that especially happens with the nylon guitar, because I guess the nylon pickups are a lot more sensitive. I'm not quite sure why they have to be more sensitive. I guess the metal strings, the guitars with metal strings, are just louder naturally, and maybe they don't need as sensitive pickups. And so yes, the nylon one, that's the biggest issue. And part of me wants to try to record everything at once, but part of me doesn't. Like, I can imagine that it's, once I start working that way, I'm going to make mistake after mistake after mistake. You know what I mean? To have to restart over and over, so that I get like one perfect take, which is why I'm trying to split them. So what I want to try right now is two things. I'm going to make a similar track, and I'm going to call this back lead. And so what I want to do is try to find harmonies. I don't know harmonies like from this song. Like, there are certain songs that have harmonies already that are like equally as famous as the lead melody, but this one I don't know well enough to know which harmonies are commonly used. So I'm going to experiment, and that's the part where, and I've told you that the part that sounds like super awkward at first, because I'm just like throwing out notes into the universe to see what happens. Hey Sardai, welcome home. You know one Eric and harmony, of course. I know one harmony, but I don't know the harmony that goes with this song.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to
my reverb. Sorry. Shit, sorry. Can you guys imagine if I left this like this on what's it called? My reverb.
Children listen to hear
my reverb. I need to make a clip of this and send it to you guys.
Treetops glisten and children listen to hear
my reverb. Sorry.
Sleigh bells.
Okay, I'm going to make a clip of this. Bounce. That one can stay for all eternity. I cannot release it like this on Spotify. I don't think it would get accepted. So the way I start is I normally try to sing the main line and stray from there. Try a little bit below, or maybe try a little bit higher. So for example, in this case, crap.
I'm dreaming of a white.
You know what I mean? I tend to do that in my mind. And so here, so I know that the note I have to start on is, one could work is
I'm dreaming of a white.
That note is a tension. Dream.
I'm dreaming of a white.
Is that the same note?
Dreaming of a white. Dreaming of a white. Dreaming of a white. Dreaming of a white. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be every Christmas card I write.
So I really like this harmony when it's done well.
May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
So that is definitely a keeper melody. I think it's going to be a pretty part in the song. Greg is asking how it would work if to build harmony like you build a chord. Use the main vocal as a tonic and add to that. You can always do that. If, for example, let's try that for a second. What's the quickest way I can do this? Software instrument, give me just a crappy, what's it called? This one. Yes, a keeper. Exactly, that melody stays. So I'm just going to load, it's the piano. So we have, am I transposed? No, I'm not. So we have the note, let's try that offline and do an experiment. I've never tried this before, I'm curious to see what happens. So we have, right? I'm dreaming. And so it's B, C, B. And so if we go to, I'm going to move this to the main vocal. And so if you go basically with the chord, that's the chord. Let me match the tempo a little bit better. It's like out of the blue. I'm dreaming. And then we're going to add another one, so it's the chord. The thing is, the chord is a G chord, and you start on the third. So the chord is G, B, D. So you can definitely build like that. I think that you have to choose. I'm thinking I would cover all the notes in a chord in a lot, like whenever I want the song to be at its fullest. In the beginning part, I think that you have to choose whether you want, for example, these two. I'm dreaming. Or do you want these two? I'm dreaming. Sorry, that was not the lead. Here's the I'm dreaming. So maybe like you go for the low note in the beginning of the song, and it's the same with strings, and you start building up until at the end all the notes in the chord are covered. Malukah worked so hard to create beauty. And so in what we were doing here before, if I think I had somehow found damn it. Why does it do that? Because it's selected. Sorry, it was my fault, my own fault. Hey. Dang you. What is wrong with you? There we go. So I went for the low note. It's in the chord. And the thing is, like before, like when I played the song is in G, but I hadn't even thought of that. When I was just going by ear. And that's how I've always written. And I can, you know, if I sit down and I can play the notes, you can get like the third, always the third up harmony or the low harmony, but I find I prefer to experiment with this foolish sounding experiment, because then sometimes I find notes that are not in the chord that are just beautiful tensions, and that makes it different than a typical thing, than a typical approach. I'm dreaming. Because that's the textbook, I guess. I'm dreaming. Dreaming of a white. Is it that? Hold on. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Christmas. What would be the correct harmony there? That's when the third stops sounding good. It's hard to explain, but I don't think the harmonies should always be textbook thirds or sixths or something. You have to, well, I do it by ear. Sometimes it sounds good, sometimes it can sound better. Thor is running in his room, really? I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Christmas, Christmas.
Christmas, dreaming of a white Christmas.
And so this is very high in comparison to this. So maybe I will split. This is just me laying down the ideas of the pretty harmony parts that I think could be nice to have, and then I can stitch together separate tracks that either stay low or be high. The rule book, Malu tosses it out. Where are my glasses? Can I work like this? If I'm wearing my glasses, I can see. Do I look ridiculous or do I look cool? I think I look nice. I'm going to keep them. There's like marks on my way. So yeah, throw the rule book out the window. No, I'm kidding. The rule book helps. Of course it helps.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
Christmas. I could try going low.
White Christmas.
That works.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know.
No, Malukah, where they need to descend from the roof onto your face only when you do something else. Okay, okay. Now you need a second set of glasses which you could put on your glasses when you make a sassy joke. Okay, I imagine sassy glasses as those are like from secretaries in the, what is it, 60s, 70s, but like really like pointy. I need to get pointy glasses.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the tree.
Put some strings on them so they can come down. Say, Kisa, I cannot install a whole glasses lowering mechanism. This room is already so full of contraptions. I cannot afford the space. I'm thinking.
No, where the treetops glisten. Where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. 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 Bells in the snow.
For example, this is one of the things that I like. Let me show you. In here, I sang
sleigh bells in the snow.
Check this out. I'm gonna sing it a little bit more strongly.
Hear sleigh bells.
I sang out of tune.
Hear sleigh bells in the snow.
That note, snow, is a tension. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to keep this tension and I'm going to record the note that is friendly with the chord. Sleigh bells in the snow.
Hear sleigh bells in the snow. Hear
Sleigh bells in the snow. Let me see if I can sing it higher or should be lower.
hear sleigh bells in the snow.
Can you hear that? How it's a tension, how it's like Just a very pretty note. Let me try low.
Sleigh bells in the snow.
Snow is super low.
Sleigh bells in the snow.
I think I would try to add another line.
Sleigh bells in the snow. Sleigh bells in the snow. Sleigh bells in the snow.
I think I might like it better higher.
Sleigh bells in the snow.
I like that. How do you like that? But with building harmonies and choruses, one thing struck me in the new Where Are We Going? The resuscitating lifeline. You go main lyric to that little like counter response thing. So it's similar but different. Yeah, because the tempos are displaced. Oh, and it's I like that kind of effect. Okay, so in here.
Your Christmases be one. Children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. Sleigh bells in the snow. Sleigh bells in the snow.
In a snow, yes, Mr. Pig. I should change the song. So I like this.
Sleigh bells in the snow.
Excuse me, like I'm burping so much today. So what I really like is that this kind of harmonies, and you're gonna see this a lot in an original song that I'm working on, because I'm going for that effect. I really like this effect where, excuse me, where you have. I also did this. I'm trying to remember which song it was. What did I record? It was a Bard song. What did I record before the Bard song? But it's something that I do very often, where you have one or two vocals and then all of a sudden like a crap ton of vocals come in just for a little phrase and then step back away. I really like that. And so it's all kind of out of tune-ish, but let's listen back to this whole thing to see how it's sounding.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow.
So when this is all mixed properly in their proper levels, it will sound nicer, I hope. No, but I am liking. Ah, here we go.
In the snow, sleigh bells in the snow.
Oh.
Sleigh bells in the snow. Sleigh bells in the snow. Sleigh bells in the snow.
This needs to be lower.
Sleigh bells in the snow.
And so this is basically how I write the harmonies for all that I do. So that's why it takes me such a long time. So it's not like, I am sure it's not the most effective way, but it's the way that I like it, because it's the way that my mind like builds it a little bit at a time. It like discovers the notes that sound good. And I'll stick in the eye by reverb. Hey Marcus. So yeah, and some songs are more complicated than others as far as harmonies. There are some songs that like for example Skyrim in the part has a very the harmonies in the music, in the original music, and so I just copied that. But for example in the I added harmonies that were not there, and those were constructed like this, a little at a time. It's kind of like an archaeologist trying to dig notes and take the crap away and find the good note. The right way is the way that works for you. Thank you, Senkisa. That's right. That's right. And I must go right now, you guys. Thank you. I hope this was somewhat interesting. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all the feedback on the video. I really feel a lot more just more sure in the decision to refilm. And I hope that we can do a good job today. We'll see how it goes. I'll send you an update afterwards to just sort of tell you like, oh, it went well. I like I'll tell you. And yeah, it shouldn't take too long for Christy to edit. I'm not running away from you, Marcus. I'm so well, you're late. You're late. Are you avoiding me? It's like, how convenient. You show up when I'm about to leave. I'm kidding. No worries, Erica. You're super welcome, you guys. Thor's snore. Thor, look at his paw. Thor's waving goodbye. My boy. My silly, silly boy. You want to hear my business voice? I have to hold the phone. I have to... Okay, I'll pretend the remote control is a phone. Okay, so this is... Buenos días. ¿Se encuentra el señor Jesús? No. Bueno, yo le marco más tarde. Muchas gracias. That is my business voice. I can only do it if I am holding a phone. I cannot do it otherwise. Bueno, exactly. Bueno. So yeah, you sound like from a telenovela. Yeah, kind of. I think we all Mexicans do. All right, you guys, have a wonderful rest of the day or evening. I will see you tomorrow for stream at 12, and but I will check back in later. Do you guys, well, tell me this, are you all able to see the lens, the Patreon lens? You know, those are kind of like Instagram stories. Like, is it worth it for me to upload those? Can you see them on your phones? Tracing you while holding the phone. Okay, so Greg can see them. Champa. All right, good. Perfect. Cool. So I can use it more. Because I always feel like I never quite know if people watch them or not. If you switch to desktop site on phone. Ah, not only on the phone. They disappear after a while. Yeah. That's the only downside. With the Patreon, I'll probably get them haven't in a while, but that might be because I haven't uploaded in a while. I heard the door. Okay, you guys, I must go. Have, like I said, a fantastic rest of the day, evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, you guys. As soon as I can find my thank you screen. That's my coffee screen. That's my thank you screen. Bye. Wave goodbye, Thor. No, he's not waving. And yeah, I'll try to take some pictures of the filming. All right, you guys. Bye-bye. Thank you.